live streamed, and let me verify the live stream, and we should be good to go in just a second. And let me make sure the restream is going. It looks good on a live, and I think we're good here. So, and the waiting room is disabled, so everybody can just join directly in. Okay, cool. Let's get going. So, thank you everybody for joining our weekly Coherence Meditation event. Today is July 25th in the year 2023. And I'm in the Admiralty jurisdiction right now. So the topic today is water. So water is the very important cleansing for the pineal gland. We just got done the past 2 weeks with the pineal gland as our main topic. Anyone that's joining us new out in the social community, we do these every week, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can go to our website or the YouTube channel, Cosmic Gaia Community, or the website, freedomsnap.org/Seth. And on there, you will find the latest link for the Zoom live event there. There's also a link to add that community or that calendar event to your device so that you're notified on all these going forward. So welcome, everyone. Seth, over to you. And let's talk about water.
Yeah, let's do that. Exactly. Let's wait a few minutes before we do the meditation and let's just have a little conversation, like kick the ball around, see what happens.
Yeah. So metal to hold water versus plastic versus glass. Glass is the best, I know, but why not metal? I don't know. I mean, they sell these all the time. It holds the temperature and everything.
Is that true? Glass is better than stainless steel?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean,
from what I hear, yeah.
There's just, I mean, when I drink something that's in a metal thing, I can taste the metal. But, also like places like India, they've been drinking water out of like these copper bowls that purify it, and they make it so that no pathogenic organisms can get into their body. And I know friends here who've been doing that, and you can taste that, So glass.
What do you use for the tourmaline? What do you use for like that refinement process over there? Is it just all going through like sand and rock and everything?
Yep. We have a single source spring that it comes from a deep bedrock fracture, and it comes up to the surface about 1,000 feet above sea level, which is significant for where we are here. And the water just goes through this like filtering process that, I mean, I don't know, it could be 100,000 years long, but it's as it rises up to the top, all the particulate matter, anything kind of falls. And then you just get this water that's really low in minerals and trace amount of electrolytes. Like, it's phenomenal, the water quality. But yeah, Grandpa Bill knows all about it. He's been so we tried to do it in glass, but it's so expensive, like ridiculously expensive, until the big giant corporations start like being less greedy and start focusing more on sustainability and all that, then we can make that shift. Then we can start to get rid of plastic, because plastic is crazy, especially recycling. There's so many different aspects of it that most don't know, So yeah, we do use plastic, but the plastic bottle is blown, it's off gas, meaning all of the stuff in it comes out, all the toxic parts of it, and then it's just right into the bottle that's already by 3 to 4 weeks old at least. And we've tested it after it's been in the bottle too, and nothing shows up. I would imagine if you take that and put it in your when you're driving, the windshield next, the dashboard and the windshield, and it gets really, really hot. I haven't tested that.
Yeah. Well, even on going on glass bottles, a clear glass bottle versus like a brown or a green I mean, to preserve all the quality that's inside of it, I know that obviously makes a big difference too. So,
Blue glass as well.
Yep.
Blue
Well,
glass, if you leave
oh
it out
yeah,
in the
Can you
sun,
say-
it changes this blue glass. Can you hear me?
yep.
Blue glass, if you leave it out in the sun, it changes the structure of the water.
in a good
Ah,
way, positively.
In a positive way, yes.
Okay. What's the
and I remember,
connection? So what's the connection between water and coherence? I know vibrationally when I saw that Clandly machine that where you put sand on it on a plate and they put a tone generator on the plate and they change the tone, the shape that it takes a very, very sacred geometrical shape, and then you change the tone and it changes into another shape. So it's very clear that vibration affects matter. And since we're mostly water, and then you throw in your friend Veda's research, which is probably the Dr. Emoto research on steroids, you begin to understand that probably the vibrational state that we achieve in the coherence meditations each week and whatever else we do on our own, is affecting the water in our body as well.
Yeah, you know what? We should start reminding people to actually bring water and have it near them when we do these meditations, because why not, right? You do it, the water next to you, it's there, it's feeling the coherence of your field. Like, even though all these forces aren't visible like a magnet, things still feel it, or they're affected by it. Like, there's many different scenarios of it, so we should do that regularly.
last night I was thinking about Veda Austin too. And, going into when I was doing the email and stuff like that, but going into this session here, and I was reflecting just on various things that she's posted on her Facebook channel in the past several weeks. And, going into like the structure of water, the memory of water, and crystallization, all that stuff. Like, she posted some pretty cool stuff, but, I brought this up too. I remember, the crystal, which is essentially just a stir, that I guess, structures your water, but it holds, I guess, certain of, it groups like certain atoms and everything together. So it gives it that structure, so
I'm wondering how much power that do all of these devices, these structuring water devices, the role that they play versus what we can do with water just with our field by tuning our field. And what if those structured devices were just a catalyst to realize our real power, and we wouldn't even need those devices anymore. We would just hold the water in our hand, look at it and love it, and change and just intensify our field, and it would be nice to test the molecular structure of the
But it's getting your energy. You're exactly spot on. Like, whether the water's being affected by you, whether we realize it or not, or whether you realize it or not, this same thing, even though people can't perceive it in a way that it becomes this like tangible thing, this force that's there, it's stuff still coming out anyway. Like, we have an energy field, it's there. And the more we focus on it, the more we're able to get our body up to speed, in alignment to have its best health, you could say. So
I'm also noticing, just before we begin, like, I just grabbed this shirt out of the closet because I didn't want to show up naked on the Zoom. And I'm noticing that the shirt that I'm wearing says "Finish Your Burger," which is like this place all the way downtown. I live in Las Vegas on Fremont Street, where if you like finish this ridiculously artery clogging burger, you win like a prize. But what do you really win? I don't know. But so this is you got your tourmaline shirt, you got a nice shirt. I got "Finish Your Burger." Sorry, folks.
thank you. Perfect.
cool. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
if
Seth,
anybody has anything they want to ask right now, because I think with this one we'll probably leave it we'll end it in a way without having question and answer, because it'll go deep. And I want everybody to still be able to keep staying in that space after we all get into it. So how does that sound? Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Anybody have any questions or anything about anything we've discussed here? Hold on one second. I apologize.
You
And I
know,
only drink distilled water.
All right, you can, yeah, I'll be right there. Sorry.
that's all you drink, huh?
It's all I drink, and add a little flavor to it. I just put a little Mio in there, just like 2 squirts of Mio.
I'm getting ready to do something bold and it's probably been around since millions of years, where all I want to drink for a while is just water, instead of all these other things. See what happens.
Wait, Nancy. All right, yeah, let's get started, because I know people do have schedules and stuff that they want to stick to. All right. Hello, everybody. I am really happy that we're all together and that we're focusing on water. Those who don't know me personally, they know my company, which is this. They know the brand. And even though I don't know them, obviously I have people that I know, like Grandpa Bill is one, but people who drink water like this, you begin like instantly feeling the effects of structured water, because we're one of the only ones in the world that can bottle it without any treatment at all. So very significant. All right. I don't want to do too many plugs. Let's get everybody just feeling happy, like be rest, but at the same time, kind of smile and be happy, feel joy, because joy and wellness and gratitude is much more contagious than fear. And it also requires making a habit of it so that we're able to have that part of ourselves integrated into the part of ourselves that maybe weren't paying as much attention to. Sit down wherever you are. If you're able to clench all the muscles in your body and in your hands and your feet, just for a second, do that. Just like literally, as much as you can, feel yourself in and around this incredible body that we all have. And so after you do that, just rest deeper and deeper. But keep your mind, keep your awareness bright. Start breathing rhythmically. Think of a wave in the ocean that builds up, it crescendos, then it goes back down, and it does it all over again. As you're breathing, let your breath just get so relaxed and deep that you're doing it with everything in you. You're making that deep rhythmic breathing a priority. It's so important. We can go months or weeks without eating food, but we can only go a few days without water. And with air, minutes. So right there, it shows kind of like a hierarchy of priorities. I don't like to use that word at all, but it's basically, you realize that your breath is so important. When you use your breath, you calm down. And then your gut comes right in with your heart and your mind. And the breath that you are breathing is so vital for your very existence. So put a little smile on your face and just kind of smile into what was shared. Allow your interpretation and perception of it to be what it is. And as you're sitting, as you're breathing deep, rhythmically, you have that little smile on your face. Let yourself kind of tune in or be aware of water, whatever that means to you, whatever it feels like. Water. What is your relationship with water? It's interesting, we don't really think of our bodies as water holding vessels, when in all actuality, that is the primary element that we all are, and that everything is. And that water, it doesn't just come in gas or snow or rain or ice. Those are just different phases of it. Now we're beginning to both know from an experiential perspective and science itself. It's showing that water has potentially infinite amounts of phases that it goes through. Just stay breathing, relaxing, smiling at the water all over. So if you've ever been to an ocean or a lake or a pond or some kind of a river, some kind of big body of water, rivers, streams, if you've ever been next to that and just allowed yourself to feel awe, because it's so powerful, it's so big, and at the same time, it is so small. It's incomprehensibly small. It's all of it. Just acknowledge a body of water, whatever it is to you. It can be the ocean or it could be a stream. Just allow yourself to tune in to that water that you're focusing on. And let it know that you are so grateful for all that it does in our world and in our body. Despite the huge amounts of toxicity and chemicals and all the things that humans have done so that water absorbs that and then carries it out to sea. They used to think that the ocean could just absorb all of humankind's waste. And now they're beginning to realize that it's not. It's absolutely making a difference. It's hitting it. The water knows it. And just like we get sick and then heal, so too does the water body that you're focusing on. Let this body of water, whether it's staying where it is or it's flowing, let it know that you're paying attention. You are so grateful for all that it gives. And that now you're choosing to allow your awareness of water to expand, starting from inside of you and then out to whatever body of water you're focused on. There's questions and conversations about what came first. Is it water or consciousness? And different people have different opinions and positions on it. But whatever that body of water is that you're focused on, your consciousness is completely interfacing with the water that you are perceiving, feeling, and breathing in. With every inhale and exhale, we are breathing water into our being from the air and into our bodies. And the expanse of your breath and what it does to your energy field is so big. It's way bigger than we think we are when we're in these bodies. It's way bigger because there is potentially countless layers of different dimensions of water. It's not just gas, frozen and solid and flowing. There are literally, it could literally go into infinity how big the field of water that is interfacing with your consciousness and allow you to continue being who you are, what you are. And as you're breathing water vapor in and water vapor out, you are sending a signal to the divine sources of reality that are linked to water. It's so interfaced, it's so woven together that it's actually not separate. We just think we're separate. And our feelings are a huge part related to what we're thinking. If consciousness was the source, you could say, if divine consciousness is the source of every living being everywhere, if it's the source, then water is the glue that holds this consciousness together. As we're breathing, as we're allowing our awareness to become more expansive to the true nature of water, both in and around your body. The world has been so polluted, but it absolutely can heal. Absolutely. And one of the most important ways that it does is to have beings around it who are able to recognize its awe, its power, its beauty, even the parts of water that can be scary. When you choose to feel those feelings, you are creating a state of being inside of your human body that allows the water you're structuring, water that is causing everything that's happening in your body. When you go to a river or an ocean and you're in a state of being that is elevated, but not just elevated, it's just a greater expanse of what was already there, what was already in us. It allows us to have a greater awareness of it, of its power, of it's just beyond profound. And when bodies of water interact with beings who are making this a priority, they're ready to show water that, okay, maybe I was out of tune for a little bit, but now I'm going to continue working on it. Staying in states of elevated consciousness of all possible, all potential, every outcome that we could ever imagine and way beyond is there. Now, just while you're breathing and relaxing, smiling, and allowing yourself to be aware despite how much you're just wholly resting your body, just allow yourself to perceive who you are, what you are, with almost a bubble, you could say, or like something that is kind of just like floating, like a vapor, imagine that around you, almost like a fog. Let your energy field look and feel like fog around your entire body. And start as far out as you feel like it is, your energy field with water. And slowly take your perception from those outer limits and begin to just scan it with your human perception, scan it all at once, and allow that expansion to start getting closer and closer and closer to your body. That fog, that beautiful water, the water particles, you are lighting them up. You're interacting with them in a way that, had you known since your youngest years, who knows what the world would be like in the water of the world. But now you are in harmony with this water vapor that is all around you. And let your awareness of this water, let it touch your skin. Imagine what it would feel like if you suddenly felt wet all over your body, like swimming or something. But here you're being conscious of the water in and around your body. And as your skin is wet, feel what it's like to start absorbing that moisture. It's going through your entire skin, every part of it. It's totally water vapors being released and then contracting. And as you breathe, with every breath, allow yourself to feel water in those breaths, even if you don't, even if you feel like you can't, let yourself do it. And if you can feel what that water feels like to you in this body, around it, relax even more. Keep your awareness on water in the whole of your being. If you don't think you can do it, don't worry, just do it anyway. You don't need to think about this, you just allow it. %90 of our blood is water. 99% of cellular activity is comprised of or surrounded by water. We are water-based beings, first and foremost. And if we intentionally get our attention focusing on this water in our body, breathing rhythmically, feeling happiness, love, joy through your smile. Send signals to water. Just broadcast how grateful you are at this moment for water everywhere. And if you can't do it anyway. All these different layers and levels of perceptual awareness, they get more pronounced. You get better at accessing everything that is in and around your body. All of these supernatural or otherworldly energies, they just become clear because you're choosing to view reality through water that is pure, interwoven with the love and the consciousness that is in water and that we are interfacing with. This is something that is so beautiful, and to have reverence for it. You'll be literally sending ripples of energy out from you into your energy field, into the all of space. And water itself, no matter where it is, it's paying attention, that you're paying attention to it. It knows you are, it is conscious. And the more you continue to focus on it, feel it, be with it, like a child, lovingly, playful. When you choose to make that a priority and prioritize it in your being, just the very breathing that we're doing now is affecting it, and it's affecting you. Now take your awareness and focus in the middle of your head. Almost think of it like a screw-in light bulb, an upside down one that has somewhat shorting electrical flow. It's like going on and going off. You're in that middle thing where if it's just screwed in a little bit more, it'll stay lit up. Feel that in the middle of your brain. It's kind of turning on and turning off, totally in synchrony with every beat of your heart. And if you can feel the pulse of your heart in the middle of your head, surrounded by your brain, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, let that glow that you are able to be aware of or are in the process of becoming aware of it. Let that just throb in the middle of your head. Let it just keep sending and receiving signals, which it is doing no matter what. Your body is always sending and receiving signals. And if you can feel your heart beating, let yourself feel it. Smile into it. Let your feelings that you're creating with your smile, let that feeling expand throughout your entire body, throughout all the water in your body, and all the water around your body that you're also inhaling and exhaling. Now, from the middle of your head, let your awareness just drop right into your heart. To the best of your abilities. There's no right or wrong way to do this. There's just an evolutionary imprint of possibility that we can activate from within. That's what's there in all of us. And with your awareness in your heart, and then continue to be focused on in your brain, let information, let signals, let vibrational frequencies that are happening, both with the heartbeat and many other functions in our body. Let that process of the heart, brain, and gut, let them all communicate with each other. They do anyway. But when you become conscious of it and start becoming more aware of it, the better they are to communicate with themselves, to each other. And all these signals and frequencies sorry about that. Let those signals that are in your body, let all the information of your organs communicate themselves in harmony, in synchrony. Every time your heart beats, every part of your body is affected. Let yourself be aware that these signals, they are literally being conducted. All of the intelligence and energy that there is comprising the makeup of your body and how it works. All that information and energy is being done through water or with water. Your body literally is communicating, and water is the medium that it travels through. That's why it's so beneficial to create a habit of smiling. And then taking it one step further, feeling your head, heart, and gut all working together to create greater coherence in your being. All of the water in your body, it travels through so many different mediums, and every part of your body that water is traveling through, circulating through, or sending, receiving signals through, that water can literally be imprinted with your love for it. Water in your body is so amazing. It allows itself to create many different versions of itself, which results in different fluids, and fluids that are spread your entire body. They're all different. They have different consistencies. And the way they do this largely depends on the structure of it. So if you're making a habit out of smiling while you're breathing, while you're feeling love inside of you, chosen love, you don't have to wait for anybody or anything for you to begin feeling love for yourself. It literally is like a switch. Turn it on, turn it off. That's how quick it takes for you to decide that you love your body, you love your awareness. You recognize that focusing on them and allowing it all to be in harmonious relationship together, and you with your infinite consciousness that is temporarily siphoned into a fraction of what it is. That water is so powerful. As you're smiling and breathing, and you're letting that feeling of smiling, you've chosen that you are going to love yourself and your life unconditionally, even if you don't like it. Water is very playful. And it reacts in such a beautiful way when we allow ourselves to be conscious of it and feel that smile. You have flicked the switch of unconsciousness or not knowing what love is to suddenly knowing consciousness, knowing that you can know consciousness with your heart, mind, your entire body can be in complete sync with it. You're making a habit out of it. And eventually that habit sticks. You get better and better at loving your own life, even if you don't like it. Even if circumstances or situations around you are overwhelming or difficult to deal with. By you creating this habit, no matter what comes up, you are way more equipped to deal with it. Just from a planetary or galaxy perspective. Just as these galaxies are complete models of expansive consciousness that are swirling, but yet they're all in harmony. And whatever chaos exists that is needed to, it blows up. It allows chaos to exist. And then the chaos begins to become coherent because your levels of heart, brain, whole body, whole soul coherence is entirely yours. And you can choose to be as conscious of it as you want to be. And while you do that, you're feeling that love, your own self-love, while the universe around us is in harmony with itself. The more you focus on that within you, your water begins to form a crystallization of it. It's a feeling of living geometries all working together in your body, in your blood, through all of your organs and glands, through your entire spine. Water is there with you. Water and consciousness are inseparable. If your consciousness is animating you, then the water is the way it communicates. Consciousness is water. And water is so incredible because it's almost like water is the template that is next to communicate with intention. If water and consciousness are together and in harmony that you're choosing to create, that's the kind of relationship that many of us are interested in cultivating. Relax even more. Just totally relax. breathing. When you begin to become conscious of the fluidity of your own body and consciousness, you're paying homage to nature. You are choosing to intentionally love a very feminine element that at the same time can totally switch polarities. You're not messing around with water. You are choosing to love it, no matter what form it's in. And the more you love that water, the more crystallized its state of being in and around your body is. You have the opportunity to cleanse all bodies of water on this beautiful planet that we're on temporarily. We literally have the capacity to begin to heal water everywhere. But we begin this by focusing on the purity, the fluidity, the energy, choosing to let that be something that you are focusing on. And when you are in harmony with that, you focused on it long enough so that it's a habit that sticks. When you go near an external body of water with that kind of frequency that is emanating from and around you, because you have willingly chosen to love the water and the energy and everything that you are. When you go near those bodies of water in that state, the crystallized state of perceptual awareness, the water feels you. And if you're choosing to detox, then it will help other bodies of water to also do that. When we create a frequency of loving and being harmonious with water in and around us, we affect the energy, the water, whether it's in a body or a river or another person. When you are in a state of coherence, it affects everything around you. It's able to expand to a degree that is probably limitless. We're going to start to come back, but make sure you do it from a place of calmness. Just be really, really calm and let your awareness of water in and around you. Let yourself be happy that you took this time to do this together with all of us. Let you feel yourself really in your body. You are all inside of your being. You can feel all of it all at once. when you create that much consciousness infused water energy in and around you, then you are planting seeds that the more you water it, the greater it's going to grow. And all the bodies of water that need healing, we can do something. And they are all going to cooperate, and they're going to conspire, and they're going to come together to humble you, so that even if you think you're creating this huge change or even a small change in water, even if you're choosing it like you know you're going to heal it, it's going to heal you. We think we're so much, and we are. But water has the biggest reach of all in our bodies. So let yourself feel your body as you're coming back. Just be in it. Give yourself a pat on the shoulders for the time that you intentionally took out of your day to create the best relationship there could be. That's powerful. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And it's needed. It's needed now more than ever. We're doing it. We're bringing it to us together. For anybody who wants to continue staying in a state of calm, focusing on all this stuff, or even focusing on your stuff, I would say turn off your screens and just continue to stay in these states of being as long as you can. And if you go into your kitchen or you have drinking water somewhere, see how you feel about it. See how it feels to you and how you feel to it. Guaranteed, you're going to drink water in a completely different way. For everybody else that's still here, take your fingers, put them together, circulate them around to create friction all through your fingers, all through your hand. And then take the palm of your hand and put it over both of your eyes. And look and see if you see something with your hands over your eyes. If you are able to see something, like many are, keep focusing on that. It will guide you to who you are and you know you have the potential to be. It'll bring you home to a place that your heart loves so much that you feel safe. But you're doing this all through the world, no matter what is coming up. You just keep getting into coherence. Greg, I'm gonna leave. Keep smiling, everybody. See you next week.